The confession begins. I never gave my name, and I won't start now, but you'll remember me, not because of who I was, but because of what I've done. This is my confession, not to a priest, not to a court, just to whoever's listening, to whoever's hungry for the truth. It started with hunger, not the kind that sits in your belly, the kind that curls behind your eyes and whispers. I had a family, a beautiful one, a wife who laughed like summer rain, 2 children, Daniel and Lily, pure, loud, warm, and a dog named Sarge, who would rest his chin on my feet as I read the paper. To the world, we were perfect. But perfection is a costume, and I was the thing squirming underneath. The first time, I didn't mean to. We were camping in the woods. A storm hit. Sarge, he ran off. The lightning spooked him. The rain poured so hard I couldn't hear my own thoughts. We searched for hours until I found him, crushed, split, neck bent in ways necks don't bend. I should have buried him, but I didn't. I was hungry, and the thought just popped in. Just a taste. No one would know. Meat is meat. That night I cooked his remains over the fire. The smell, it wasn't right, but I ate, chewed slowly, felt it slide down my throat, and that night I dreamt in red. When I got home, something had changed. I couldn't eat store-bought meat. Chicken made me gag. Beef turned to ash in my mouth. But when Daniel cut his finger helping with a model airplane, I licked the blood from his hand, like a joke. It wasn't a joke. It tasted divine. I told myself it was a sickness. I tried to fight it, but hunger doesn't fight fair. The descent into darkness was inevitable. Every passing day the hunger grew stronger, more insistent. I found myself drifting further from who I once was, and closer to the monster lurking within. There was no escape, no turning back. The darkness had taken hold, and I was powerless to resist. It was Lily next. She was small, fragile, she had the flu, wouldn't eat, slept all day. I sat by her bed watching her breathe. In, out, then I imagined biting her throat, tearing into it, warmth flooding my mouth like broth. I shook the thought off, took a walk. But the next night, she stopped breathing. At least that's what I told her mother. The truth? She didn't die of the flu. She died, with my hands around her neck. I cooked her, slowly, the legs first, then the ribs. I even tried to make it beautiful. Rosemary, garlic, lemon. She tasted like forgiveness. Her mother was destroyed, couldn't sleep. I held her, rocked her, while my stomach churned for more. It only got worse from there. Daniel was next. He was older, stronger, he fought, he cried, he begged. I told him it was okay, that it would be quick. It wasn't. I kept parts of him in the freezer, wrapped like leftovers. My wife, she noticed things, the smell, the silence, the missing photos, the fact that I stopped leaving the house. She started asking questions. I started planning. She came home from work one day, and I had dinner ready, a roast, red, juicy. She asked where I got it. I said, the store. She believed me. She ate. She cried after, said it reminded her of Daniel. And I smiled. I smiled so hard my cheeks hurt. And so we reached the end of this tale. You see, it was never about the hunger nor the taste. It was about the power, the control. Every bite, every morsel was a piece of their soul. I consumed not just their flesh, but their essence. And now, with this confession, you know my truth. But remember, knowing is not the same as understanding. Would you have done any differently? Perhaps in another life it could have been you. Until we meet again, if we ever do. Later that night, I told her the truth. I wanted to see what it would do to her. She screamed, hit me, ran to the phone. I stopped her, with a knife, over and over and over. She took the longest to eat, and the best. Now, there's no one left. Just me, and the freezer, and the memories, clawing at the inside of my skull. I kept their bones. Sometimes, I make tea with them. The broth is comforting. And I'm telling you this, because you should know. You've met men like me. They smile, they shake hands, they help you with your groceries, they go to church, they coach soccer, they're starving inside, just like I was. If you're listening, maybe you feel it too, that whisper behind your eyes, that hunger that doesn't stop. Go on, take a bite.